This is Gerard Welbrock, and welcome into Tiger Talk. Join us as we talk Fort Hays State football with head coach Chris Brown. We'll review last Thursday's tough loss on the road at Central Missouri and preview their first Saturday game of the year this coming Saturday night against Central Oklahoma. It all comes your way right after this. Hello again, everyone, and welcome into Tiger Talk. Gerard Welbrock with you for the next 30 or so minutes as we talk Fort Hays State football with head coach Chris Brown. Tigers coming off a disappointing loss at number 16 Central Missouri on Thursday night, 34-17. They'll try to bounce back when they play their first Saturday game of the season. Yeah, in week number 3, Tigers back at home this Saturday night taking on a winless Central Oklahoma team that's had some tough breaks here in the first 2 weeks of the season. We'll talk all about that and more with head coach Chris Brown. Tiger Talk brought to you again this evening by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers and by Mocha's Coffee, Bakery, and Bistro. Stay with us. Head coach Chris Brown will join us right after this, right here on Tiger Talk.
Around here, we believe in local values like hard work, family time, or a fair price on reliable internet from a local company. That's why Eagle Communications delivers great local values, like a range of internet options to fit your family's needs. Fast and consistent enough to power everyone's devices at once. All at reasonable prices we're proud to offer our friends and neighbors. Ready for better internet? Give us a call or visit eaglecom.net and discover our local values today.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk, presented by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. You can experience delicious cook-to-order food and rich and creamy frozen custard churned fresh throughout the day at Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. They're at 3505 North Vine in Hays. Freddy's, it's the taste that brings you back. And by Mocha's Coffee, Bakery, and Bistro, where you can start your day off with a hot pot of coffee and breakfast from Mocha's. Either stop on by or drive through the drive-thru at 29th and Indian Trail in Hays. Fort Hays State coming off a frustrating loss at Central Missouri last week Thursday night. Home opener for the Mules. And Coach, a slow start, and that was really kind of the difference in the game. Your guys battled back, made it interesting, but just could not overcome that early 14-0 deficit.
Yeah, it was a slow start for us offensively. Defensively, it was a slow start for us as well. Fast start for Central Missouri. We can't give up 2 or 3 big plays there to start the game. I think it was a matter of 4 minutes. They had, 13, 14 points on the board, and we just couldn't get caught back up. Our offense was just kind of off rhythm. So we're going to make some changes this week, defensively, offensively, and we're going to try to find guys that want to get on the football field and want to make plays, and that's what it comes down to, is find some guys that want to make things happen, and if you don't want to make those things happen, next guy's in. So we're going to find a way to win ball games. And
critical mistakes. You look at 6 penalties, which on the surface doesn't seem bad, but key situations. You get a big 3rd down conversion, called back for a hold. You get a 3rd down stop, called back for a late hit, couple offsides. When you had 3rd and short, made it 3rd and long, you don't convert. A lot of little things that compounded throughout the night.
That all just comes down to discipline, and we talk to our guys about doing things right all the time, making sure they're using great technique and fundamentals. It's when they get lazy is when those penalties occur, and that's something we got to eliminate this week, and we're going to find a way to get these guys right, and if we can't get these guys right, we'll find some new guys.
Well, and then you had like your team battled. You fell behind early, got it to within 7. You were right there at halftime, and they got off to a decent start in the 3rd quarter, and then made it interesting there again in the 4th quarter. They didn't quit, and that's a good sign.
They didn't quit. They kept fighting, kept battling, but there's some things that got to be changed, and we're not playing with a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm, and then we just don't have any. It's like we're just out there kind of going through the motions. So either I got to change something up in practice to get a little more excitement going, or these guys got to find a way and dig down deep to make things happen. And hopefully this game wakes them up, and then they're ready to go and get after it this week.
third down has been critical, both offensively and defensively. You've struggled offensively to convert on third down, and conversely on the defensive side of the ball, you've struggled to get off the field.
And it all starts with first down. We got to do a great job on first down offensively, getting positive yards and getting ourselves in a situation where it's third and short. And then defensively, the same thing. We've given up too many yards on first down, so now they got a third and short situation, and those are easy to get. So that goes hand in hand. We got to be a lot better on first downs, get them in long situations, and offensively we got to get ourselves in third and short so we can get those first downs.
Well, tough one for the Tigers on Thursday. We'll talk in more detail about the ball game, and of course a little bit later on preview Central Oklahoma as the Broncos come to Hays for the first Saturday game of the new season. We'll do that as we continue. Tiger Talk presented by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers and by Mocha's, and we're back with more right after this.
The year 1948, we said goodbye to the Babe. Truman upset Dewey, and KAYS AM signs on the air. Flash forward to 2016. This year we said goodbye to Prince. We find out if it will be Hillary or Trump, and KAYS FM signs on the air. 1400 AM KAYS, now also on 94.3 FM. It's Hayes' greatest hits. KAYS, sounding great since 1948.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk, presented by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers and by Mocha's, where you can start your day off with hot coffee and breakfast from Mocha's, or try one of their signature sandwiches, paninis, salads, or wraps. That's at lunchtime. And of course, all your favorite drink plus cheesecake, scones. There's something for every meal at Mocha's, 27th and Indian Trail in Hays. Tigers losing to Central Missouri on Thursday night. And we mentioned the slow start. 3 and out, first 3 possessions for you. They get touchdowns on their first 2 possessions. That's never a good combination, especially away from home.
It's not, especially a team like Central Missouri. I mean, they're a very good football team. Once they get up, they can start doing some different things to try to keep you, off guard, and that's what they did to us all night. They were able to bring some pressures in situations where they usually don't bring pressure because of the situation. You get down, you can take some chances, and they were able to take some chances, and we weren't.
58-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Zachary. Had a big game against you, and then he also scored on a 13-yard catch on their second possession. The first one was on 3rd and 8, and even on both of them, Rashad Dunnigan did a pretty good job defending, just didn't turn around and find the football.
Yeah, we're right there in position. He just got to find a way to make a play in that situation, either turn around, find the ball, or wait for the receiver's hands to come up and make sure we rake the ball out of there. And that's just a situation there where that kid would have made some great plays, and we didn't.
You had to come back and the defense really settled down, or it could have gotten ugly. But again, force 3 and out, or force punts on the next couple of possessions. And then you mount a drive, and in a crazy play, they fumbled it back trying to return it, and you got the ball back inside the 25, and then get that touchdown run to get on the board and get back in the football game.
Yeah, we were right back into it right there, and there's something that we needed to carry some momentum after that, but again, we started to struggle again, and turnovers was a big thing all day for both sides. I think they fumbled 5 or 6 times, and we only got 2, and then we fumbled a few times, and those are things that you got to eliminate as well. But those are just simple little mistakes and it comes down to discipline and learning ball security and doing what you're supposed to do. And defensively, when that ball is on the ground, we got to go attack it and get it. And there's a few that we should have had that we didn't get.
Well, I think that next possession after you cut it to 7, they drive down the field. I think they fumbled it a couple of times. You couldn't fall on it, but you did hold them to a field goal, which was key.
That is huge. If they go down and score there, now it's 21-7. Now we're really in a hole going to halftime. But I thought going to the half we would regroup a little bit, but we just didn't. But turnovers are huge. We got to have some more turnovers.
Tanner Hookman had a big game. He recovered a fumble late in the first half. Also had an interception to end one of their drives before halftime when they were moving the football. Seemed like he stepped up, maybe had the best game of his young career.
Yeah, Tanner's playing very well right now. Hopefully he can continue to do the things that he's doing and improve, each day in practice. But he's a young man that listens to everything you tell him, whether it's technique, fundamentals, getting his hands on receivers, being in the right spot at the right time. And he's soaking everything in right now because he wants to be a good football player. And he's going to be a great one here in the future, and he's just going to continue to get better each week. But very proud of that kid, his work ethic, wanting to learn and wanting to be a great football player, and he wants to be excellent.
Tigers trail at 17-7 at halftime on Thursday night. We'll talk about the second half when we return right here on Tiger Talk.
That was another legend on 99 KZ Country, and yes, before that we had a brand new artist. Your home for today's stars and the legends. We play real country. I'm Teresa Trapp. Weather, news, sports, it's all here. We're on Facebook, and there is a Listen Live link at hayespost.com. Dial us in on your radio at 99.5 FM. KHAZ, Real Country, 99 KZ Country.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Gerard Wellbrock, head football coach Chris Brown. The program brought to you by Mocha's and by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, where you can get the Freddy's delicious cook-to-order double steak burger and crispy shoestring fries seasoned with Freddy's famous seasoning. And finish it off with their signature Turtle Sundae made from their fresh, creamy frozen custard. They're on North Vine and Hayes. Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. It's the taste that brings you back. Tigers falling to Central Missouri last Thursday, where they were down 17-7 at halftime. Mules got the ball. And, boy, your defense came up. You got to stop. You got to stop on third down. Central decided to go for it. Got a big pass breakout. It was good to see Rashad Dunnigan break up that pass after the tough first half. He had that big play to keep them off the board on that first possession.
It is. You know, it's kind of trying to see how a kid reacts. You know, when has a few bad plays, can he come back and make another play? And, you know, he did that. He really stepped up in a key situation and made some plays for us. And, you know, he got better as the game went on. Had a few early busts, but he's going to compete, he's going to fight, he's going to battle, and that's just who Rashad is.
Felt pretty good. Down 10, you get the ball back. Unfortunately, 3 and out, and then Central comes back and scores on that next possession after.
It is. It's a perfect chance for us to get right back in this ball game, get it to within 3 or even a touchdown if we can kick a field goal. And, you know, we just didn't do it. 3 and out has kind of been our, you know, what we are right now. So we got to find a way to get some first downs. But again, it starts on first down, getting our running backs the ball, getting some yardage early, and giving us a third short situation.
24-7, you were down, and then Jacob throws his first pick of the season. It looked like you just didn't see a guy out there in coverage for his first interception.
No, it was a good play by them. You know, the safety rolled over, was hiding on the backside, and we were running a post route. And when you look at it, Bilal looks wide open, but he just didn't see that safety coming from the backside. But that was a good play by that kid, and first one of the year. Hopefully he doesn't have any more, but if you're a throwing quarterback, you're going to have some turnovers. But he'll grow from it, he'll learn from it, and now he'll start looking at that backside to see where that safety's at.
Was done a good job to avoid the interceptions up to that point, and just missed on a couple of deep balls where you had guys open. Now one was dropped by Bacon, but just missed Bilal on one, and a little confusion by a couple of guys downfield. But boy, he was close to a couple of big plays for you.
There is, and there's a few things in there too. If Bacon catches that ball, we still score on that drive anyway. Mm-hmm. Bilal, if we can get him to lay out, at least give some effort to catch that ball, maybe we catch it. Now it's another first down. He throws the ball 10 more feet for Shaquille Cooper twice. Shaq probably scores on both of those as well. So it's just those little things, little timing things that if we can just get worked out, I think we're going to be okay.
They get the ball back, but you keep them out of the end zone. Cdo comes up with a big third down sack and get you the football back. So even after the turnover and you're down 24-7, good job of the defense to step up and keep you guys in the game.
It is. And we need to continue to do that. Getting them in third and long situations, letting C, get a rush, and Nathan Shepard getting a rush as well, and Noah Devlin and those guys, because they're pretty talented guys, but he's hard to get down. He can scramble very well and gets himself out of trouble. He's very elusive, and there's many times that he just do a little pump fake. We get off our feet and he's around us. So we really try to hound on our guys about staying on the ground. Don't worry about the pump fake. If he throws it, he throws it. Let's just get some shots on him.
They come back after you get the ball back, a 3 and out by the Tigers. Central scores another touchdown, but then you answer an 8-play drive, had to settle for a field goal, but a 40-yarder from Brown, and boy, he nailed that. He could have hit that from 50-plus, and he's been impressive. He has not missed a field goal try this year.
He hasn't. Hopefully continues to do that, knock on wood, but he's got a very, very strong leg. You can see it in his kickoffs, you can see it in his field goals and everything that he does. Came in and punted for us a few times as well, and still had a strong leg there when he was punting. So he was a great addition to our team with the things, and he's got a great attitude, and he lets me know, Coach, I can get it from here, and I trust the kid and I believe in the kid. I'm from 50 right now. If I need to do a 52, 53-yarder, let me know, I'll get it done.
Defense forces a 3 and out. Tigers get the ball back, and you put together a 7-play drive. T.J. Thomas gets it into the end zone, and all of a sudden you're back to within 2 scores.
Right back in there. Now defensively we got to get another stop, but of course we don't. We let them drive down, kick a field goal, and now it's a 17-point game again, and it's hard to really come back from that and bounce back from it. But TJ, it was good to see him get his first touchdown, as a Tiger, and it's finally a big hole for somebody to run through. he got vertical, went downhill, and I think he went in untouched.
Yeah, it was a nice play. And then you mentioned they come back 14 plays, 82 yards, just like you guys had finally worn out, had a couple of 3rd and longs, you just couldn't make the play. Who knows you do there, what happens the rest of the way, but credit to UCM to get that big drive that sealed the victory.
Yeah, there was opportunity after opportunity for us to get ourselves off the field, and either we just took a bad angle, didn't cover where we were supposed to cover, let the quarterback scramble. I mean, just little things that if we just do one little thing right, we get the ball back and we got a chance, and we didn't do it.
34-17 the final on Thursday night. The Tigers fall to Central Missouri. They're now 1-1 and now play their first Saturday game of the season. That'll be nice, and it'll be back at home this Saturday night against the Central Oklahoma Broncos, and we'll take a preview look when we return right after this.
Ready to discover something new? The next time you're in your car, tune your radio to 94.3 FM.
It's here.
It's Hayes' greatest hits.
Love it.
On 1400 KAYS and 94.3 FM. Do you believe in love? Story days. Well,
94.3 FM, KAYS. Go ahead, check us out.
And welcome back. Our final segment here on Tiger Talk, presented by Mocha's Coffee, Bakery, and Bistro, and by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. Delicious cook-to-order steak burgers, Chicago-style hot dogs, and piping hot shoestring fries, all family favorites. You'll be greeted with hospitality that's second to none. Whether you're dining in or visiting the drive-thru, be sure to leave room at Freddy's for their premium vanilla or chocolate frozen custard churned fresh throughout the day. That's Freddy's on North Vine and Hayes. It's the taste that brings you back. 1-1 Tigers hosting the 0-2 Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Hear people say it all the time, they're the best 0-2 team around, but in Central Oklahoma's case, that might be true. I mean, they had bad luck, 4 interceptions in their opener. They lose at Lindenwood, a game they were leading at halftime, and they're right in there with Pittsburg State last Thursday night at home, and they throw a pick 6 late, and that sealed it for the Gorillas. That was a tight tie game late. A very, very good football team.
They are a very, very good football team. That very first game they had against Lindenwood, I mean, they had 2 pick 6s. I think they had a punt return for a touchdown. Everything that could went wrong for them that first game went wrong for them. And, you know, against Pitt last week, I mean, it's a high-scoring game. They're going to score some points, and, you know, hopefully we can find a way to score some points, you know, as well on offense this week. But they're a good football team, got a great quarterback, 2 very, very good running backs, got a transfer wide receiver. I think he's from KU. Very talented group of kids, and then defensively they fly around. They got a big defensive line that, you know, gets out the ball, creates some problems, and, you know, a very skilled secondary. So it's going to be a battle. They're a good football team, so we got to go to work this week.
A lot of great offenses in the MIAA, but you look at the numbers. I know it's only 2 games, so far a small sample size, but they lead in total offense. I think 14th in the country in total offense. They have the number 2 rush attack and the number 1 passing attack. So offensively, and they're scoring a lot of points. Offensively, they might be as good as you face all year.
Yeah, they're very, very good. Great offensive scheme, a lot of misdirection type things. Great running backs that find the holes. Their offensive linemen are big and do a good job of getting to the second level as well. And you know, the receivers run pretty dang good routes, and they catch the ball very well, and they got some speed. And you know, their quarterback makes that whole thing work. He's another one of those guys. He's just like Fugate.
Yeah.
He can run, he can scramble, he can throw, and then do all those things to you too to keep you off balance. But you know, it's going to be a battle for us, and they're going to score some points, and we got to do all we can to get some turnovers and eliminate points.
Yeah, T.J. Eckert, their starter, leads the conference in passing. He's 5th in rushing. He was a backup last year. The guy you faced, Chaz Stollard, is now in the backup role, but he has emerged as their starting quarterback. And you mentioned Fugate. It seems to be a pretty good example. I guess in some ways, maybe a good thing. You should be a little bit used to what you're seeing.
Yeah, we should be used to scrambling quarterbacks. It seems like everyone in our conference has one of those, and you know, they just keep plays alive and keep drives alive. And you know, saw one last week, so hopefully we'll calm down a little bit this week and keep him corralled in the pocket and get a few hits on him. But he's a good quarterback.
And then defensively, they've given up a few points, but again, those numbers a bit misleading because several of those coming off turnovers and some special team scores. But, you know, it's a desperate team. They're trying to get their first win to kind of save their season. And in a lot of regards, you guys need to get back on track. I mean, all the goals that you have are still out in front of you, but it's kind of starts with a win on Saturday night.
It does. You know, we have to win this one. They're going to be hungry because of last year's game, too. I'm sure they think they should have won that game. We came down to the last second field goal, and we won it. So, you know, they're going to be hungry trying to get that first win. I know that's game from last year's fresh in their minds, so they're going to come here ready to get after it and win this ball game. But we got to find a way to get better, and our guys got to look in the mirror right now and figure out what they're going to do to make this team better, you know, and make themselves better football players. And we just got to find some guys that want to go make some plays now instead of waiting for everybody else to make a play. Don't be scared to be successful. Let's just go get after and play the Tiger football the way it's supposed to be played.
Well, it should be interesting on Saturday night, 7 o'clock kick at Lewis Field as Fort Hays State takes on the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Coach, as always, we appreciate your time. Have a great week of practice, and we'll see you at the stadium on Saturday.
Thanks, Gerard.
That is Chris Brown, coach of the Fort Hays State Tigers. Again, 7 o'clock kick, Fort Hays State and Central Oklahoma at Lewis Field. 6 o'clock with the Auto World pregame show on Tiger Radio Mix 103. Hey, if you missed part of tonight's program, you can always listen to it anytime online at HaysPost.com or catch the video replay on Eagle Cable's Channel 14 and 614 Tuesday and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eagle Cable's Channel 14 and 614 for the video replay. We'll see you at Lewis Field Saturday night as the Tigers take on the Broncos. Tiger Talk presented by the Hayes Med Orthopedic Institute, the Taco Shop, G&L Tire and Automotive, Golden Bell Bank of Hayes and Ellis, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, Couture for Men and Women, BTI, Horizon Appliance and Electronics, and of course our title sponsors for the program. Big thank you to Mocha's Coffee, Bakery and Bistro at 29th and Indian Trail in Hayes, and from Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers on North Vine in Hayes. It's the taste that brings you back. For Coach Chris Brown, this is Gerard Walbrock. So long, everyone.
We get it. You work hard and play hard. Internet should be the last thing slowing you down. Eagle Communications gives you the speed you need so you can play hard and save cash. For a limited time, get 30 meg for $30 or 50 meg for $50 so you can work, play, and save. Call us at 877-61-EAGLE today.